you have to keep a masturbation log. What? That's how weird.
On March 1st, 2022, an officer from the Caledonia Police Department observed a vehicle traveling at 52 miles per hour in a 35 miles per hour zone on Douglas Avenue. When signaled to pull over, the driver refused to stop, leading to a brief pursuit before finally pulling over half a mile down the road.
Driver, put your hands out the window.
Turn the car off.
Turn the car off, put your hands out the window.
We're out giving command so far, no cooperation at the moment.
Put your hands out the window.
Turn the car off, do it now!
Put your hands out the window, open the car from the outside. Open the car from the outside. Step out of the car. Whatever's in your hand, you need to drop it now. Drop it now. Drop your phone. Come on out with your hands up.
Block northbound at 32 and 4 miles, please.
Come out with your hands up.
Hands up!
Face away from me. Walk backwards to the sound of my voice.
Got the driver out.
Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. Keep walking back. Keep walking back. Keep walking back. Keep walking backwards. Keep coming back. Keep coming back. Keep coming back. Stop. Take 3 steps to your right.
Go down on your knees, sir. Down, hands up. Down on your knees. Follow command. Put your hands out to the sides like an airplane, thumbs down. Turn your head to the left. Bend forward slightly at the waist. Bring your hands back towards the sound of my voice. Stay in this position. Do not move. Do you understand me? Do you have any weapons on you? Is there anybody else in the vehicle? Keep your head turned to the left. I told you to do that already. I apologize. Do not move. Do you understand me? Yes. You're going in handcuffs right now. You're under arrest. Why? Just follow command. Do not move.
I'm coming over on your side. Hold up.
Do not
Hold up.
move.
I'm coming on your side.
Stand up. Follow me back this way.
May I ask what's...
Because you were trying to be pulled over by law enforcement.
No, I...
Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking.
I'm not resisting.
Keep walking. Keep walking.
I was looking
half a mile now.
I was looking at...
Spread your feet.
I was looking at the GPS.
What does that have to do with your... What does that have to do with your ears? Pay attention to the car, bud.
You good?
My ears.
All right, you ready?
218, we're filling the car now. Stay in the car.
Good. Clear. What booze bottle back there? Or a booze bottle. What There.
218 vehicles clear, you can have the airbag.
I have my GPS, my phone.
Do you have anything on you?
No, not at all.
Anything in your pockets at all?
My wallet's in my back pocket. I got nothing else on me.
Alright, spread your feet for me. Nothing else, nothing else.
Nothing.
Hook me, no nothing?
I promise you. So just going to my friend's house.
Claims he was on his way to his friend's house and he was looking at his GPS and that's why he didn't pull over.
And you accelerated too? And that's why you accelerated that? You were stopped at the light.
You were stopped at the light. As soon as the light turned green, I put my lights on and you accelerated.
I saw that.
And you continued to accelerate. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Well, lights, and you saw the lights and sirens.
But
How much you had to drink tonight, man?
like 3 beers.
3 beers?
Yeah.
All right.
I was just going to my friend's house and I was just going back home. I gotta go to work at fucking like 6 in the morning. I got nothing. My wallet. Yo, did you get my wallet?
Not yet. We got rolling papers for.
Because I have a big bag of tobacco. I roll my own cigarettes.
Fair enough.
The reason why I stopped you, the reason why I was trying to pull you over is you were doing 52 miles an hour in a 35.
I do apologize. Like I said, I was looking at the GPS.
So you said you've had 3 drinks tonight? What are they, 3 beers? What kind of beers were they?
My buddy gave me 3 IPAs.
3 IPAs? Okay.
3 IPAs.
All right. Do we have a wallet on him or no?
I didn't find a wallet in his
All right.
Then it's got to be in the truck.
All right.
Do you get permission to go grab it?
May I walk with you, please?
No. All right.
It should be in there.
Do you want to hold on to him real quick?
Excuse me?
Where?
Where? It
What?
would probably be in the passenger seat.
What's your last name?
I throw everything in the passenger seat. Reed. R-E-I-D.
What's your first name?
Thomas.
Thomas. What's your middle name?
Neil.
What's your date of birth?
10/26/83.
Did you happen to see the 2 police cars that were parked on the side of the road?
So yeah, I was trying to get to Candle Court. Almost made it.
Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he was looking at his GPS. He was doing 50 something up.
Oh, makes sense.
Oh, Calvert and I were just parked at the church talking, and he came speeding by us, and then he kept speeding, like we were like right next to the road.
I got one going past you guys at 52.
And then
What?
him and I are looking at each other, and he's like, "What do you think, 45?" I'm like, "Yeah, at least." And then he just kept going. I'm like, "I'm gonna go see." And so I pulled out, and then of course he interferes with my traffic stop again.
He's only going to Candle Court. His GPS had him. If he'd have turned on to Candle Court, he'd have been home free.
So I waited for the light to change. As soon as it turned, I lit him up, and then he continued and he sped up. So I think they sped up to like 38, and then he finally.
Well, if he had IPAs, they're all-day IPAs, so they're
So,
low percentage
so as
of
far as the
IPAs.
speeding up, was he more or less, do you think, speeding up to just
Speed
because
limit?
he was catching up to the speed and didn't realize he was being pulled over?
Oh, he realized he was being pulled over. There's no way he didn't. He even said that he knew that we were behind him with the lights and siren on.
Because increasing speed is obviously an element to the felony fleeing and eluding, but just, I mean,
Totality of the
I
circumstances.
think it's more of a failure to stop.
Totality of the circumstances. I'll repeat that word again. I phrased again, but I don't know.
55 will
It's your call,
do
man.
fields over Station 12.
We can do them right here.
There's no reason not to.
It's fucking beautiful out here, man.
All right, Thomas, go ahead and hop out of the car for me, all right?
Yep. These things hurt.
All right, we're going to take you out of those handcuffs, all right?
Okay.
You're going to make sure that you're okay to drive tonight.
I understand. I apologize for
you're going to be cooperative?
speeding too much. I am. I have been. I didn't speed away. I wasn't trying to evade.
Just not paying attention?
Not paying attention to the GPS. When I did notice the light, I did turn on my turn signal and pull over.
We're going to walk right in front
Right in front of the squad car. All right. All right, we're going to go over here. Right over here in front. Right over here. Step on my light for me. All right, perfect. All right, I want you to face towards me. I want you to put your hands down at your sides. Toes touching toes, heels touching heels. Do not move from this position. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Can you see the tip of my finger?
Yes, I can.
All right, what I want you to is follow the tip of my finger with your eyes and your eyes only. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Keep your head straight. Keep your head straight for me.
Trying to follow a finger, but it goes out of my field of vision.
That's right here. That's right in your field of vision. It's right there.
Yes.
All right, so follow it for me, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Alright, man.
That's okay. All right.
That was a good one.
What's that? Just follow my finger, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to imagine a straight line all the way out. What I want you to do is I want you to put your left foot on that line, put your right foot in front of it, touching heel to toe, just like how I am. Keep your hands down at your sides. Do not move from this position. Do you understand?
Left foot in front of right.
So, like I just said, so put your left foot, right foot in front of it, touching heel to toe, hands down at your sides. Do not move from this position, all right? Go ahead and get in that position for me. All right. Do not move from this position, all right? Switch your feet for me. So, other foot. So, you want to put your right foot, that's your right. So, yep, stay right there. Do not move from this position. All right, so when I tell you to, you're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps. Once you get to your 9th step, you're going to leave your lead foot on the line. You're going to turn around, taking a series of small steps, and turning around, coming back 9 heel-to-toe steps. It's going to look just like this. 1, 2, 3. Similarly, that's my 9th step. Leaving my lead foot on the line, turning around, coming back. 1, 2, 3. All the way up to 9. So throughout the test, what I want you to do is I want you to look at your feet. I want you to count out loud, keeping your hands down at your sides. Do not stop the test until you've completed the test.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Am I allowed to pivot?
Just like how I showed you.
Apologize. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right, go ahead and turn around. All right, so same thing as before, just like how I had you before, just like this. All right, so what I'm going to tell you to, I want you to raise any foot of your choice. You're going to raise it approximately 6 inches off the ground. You're going to look at the tip of your raised foot. So either one doesn't matter to me. So right foot, left foot, it doesn't matter. 6 inches off the ground. You're going to count in the following manner, looking at the tip of your raised foot, going 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on until I tell you to stop the test. So throughout the test, look at your feet, count out loud, and I'll tell you when the test is over, okay? Do you understand those instructions?
Yes, I do.
All right, you can begin.
Do I have to keep my hands at this?
Yep, keep your hands down at your side. So just like this, just like how I showed you. So 6 inches for me, so about this high. Keeping your knees straight and parallel to the ground.
My knees straight?
So just like, yep, just like how I'm showing it to you.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. Am I following the light?
Oh, yep, that's okay. Keep going for me.
1,000.
All right, you could stop for me. All right.
My phone is still.
Yeah, it's on the top of your car.
Truck. How far away? I would say a city block and a half, but like a quarter mile.
You feel like you're okay to drive it?
I was.
All right. So seal your lips around the tube and blow long and steady. Okay.
Yes, I do.
All right, go ahead. Harder, you gotta blow harder, 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 harder. Keep going, 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 keep going. All right. So you said you've had 3 beers tonight, and they were IPAs?
I had 3 IPAs.
What kind of IPAs were they?
Voodoo Ranger?
Voodoo Ranger. When did you start drinking?
I never had that. An hour ago.
How long ago was an hour ago? Like what time?
I'm not sure what time it is.
You don't know what time you started drinking? Like roughly?
I did not pay. Shit, it's almost midnight. It's after midnight. Probably about midnight.
So, okay. All right, so turn around, face away from me. All right, you're under arrest for OWI. So put your hands on your back. Yep.
What was my number?
You were over the legal limit. The legal limit is 0.08.
And what did I blow?
Way over the legal limit. You'll have an opportunity to get a copy of the results in just a little bit.
Well, all right. May I ask a question as a courtesy? I've been cooperative. I got nothing. You already said.
Yep, I know. We're just double checking, all right? Let's get your phone, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Can I get my phone?
We'll get your phone.
Get in touch with the person that
So what we're gonna try to do is go ahead, have a seat. Go ahead, have a seat. Go ahead, have a seat. All right, careful, careful, careful. All right.
Trying, man. I'm trying so hard.
He's got a felony open case too.
You got car keys and all that already?
Oh, he's got a felony open case.
Some like interference with child custody. So
Take him down to jail and do it there?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll see what he says.
I'll issue the OWI citation to him right now.
Yeah, I started working on whatever.
Awesome, thanks.
Where's his car keys at?
It's still in the car.
Still in the car?
So I'll run back.
On the seat, right?
Yeah, I grabbed his. So we grabbed his. Trying to grab his phone. We were looking for his ID because he told us we could go in.
Yeah.
So, the only thing I saw on it just from plain view was the Reds, like an open Reds apple ale or whatever can.
Copy.
So, but I'll go back up there and secure it and double check, make sure we didn't miss anything.
They just throw it back in the car.
So right now, you're being issued citation for OWI, first offense, $861, 6 points against your driver's license, and non-mandatory court date. Thank you for your cooperation. All right. Felony municipal court.
Pay that.
Okay. So you're also being issued a misdemeanor charge for not pulling over to law enforcement. Okay. You're also being issued a citation for speeding. You're doing 52 miles an hour.
I can understand. What was the speed limit?
It's 35.
Okay. Well,
All right. So
I'm sorry.
do you have any questions for me about that?
I do. Or any questions in general just about the speed?
All right. So I got to read you this notice, okay? And at the end, it's going to be a yes or no.
Do I have any questions just about the speeding or?
So about the speeding. So about the citations that I issued you.
Okay. I did neglect to, I guess, notice the speed limit, and that's my own fault. Apologize. The other tickets, I apologize.
Okay. All right, man. Like I said.
Please repeat them.
Failure to yield for law enforcement.
All right, that one.
And then for speeding, for doing 52 and a 35.
I get the speeding. The failure to
yield for law enforcement. That's about a half a mile.
Is there any way?
So I could charge you with a felony. No.
I'm not trying to argue.
So listen, I'm not charging you with a felony. Okay, so it's a misdemeanor for failure to yield for law enforcement. Okay. All right, so I have to read this to you. At the end of this, it's either a yes or no question. I can't explain it any further. That's just the only thing I can do is just read this notice to you, okay? So under Wisconsin's implied consent law, I'm required to read this notice to you. You have either been arrested for an offense that involves driving or operating a motor vehicle while under the influence of alcohol or drugs or both, or you're the operator of a vehicle that was involved in an accident that caused the death of great bodily harm to or substantial bodily harm to a person, or you are suspected of driving or being on duty time with respect to a commercial motor vehicle after consuming an intoxicant beverage. This law enforcement agency now wants to test one or more samples of your breath, blood, or urine to determine the concentration of alcohol or drugs in your system. If any test shows more alcohol in your system than the law permits while driving, your operating privileges will be suspended. If you refuse to take any tests that this agency requests, your operating privileges will be revoked and you'll be subject to other penalties. The test results are the fact that your refused testing can be used against you in court. If you take all the requests to test, you may choose to take further tests. You may take the alternative tests that this law enforcement agency provides free of charge. You also may have a test conducted by a qualified person of your choice at your expense. You, however, will have to make your own arrangements for that test. If you have a commercial driver's license or operating a commercial motor vehicle, other consequences may result in a positive test result from refusing tests, such as being placed out of service or disqualified. In addition, your operating privileges will be suspended if a detectable amount of a restricted controlled substance is in your blood. Will you submit to an evidentiary chemical test of your breath? Okay. So I'll take you out of these handcuffs. So go ahead and have a seat for a second for me. All right. So stick out your tongue. All right. Pick up your tongue. Get anything in your mouth? There's no piercings or anything like that? Okay. All right. So, all right. So can't stick your hands in your mouth for the next 20 minutes?
I can't?
No. So just to make sure that, because we're going to do that test that you said that. So we don't want to have any sort of mouth alcohol in that test or anything like that if you got anything on your hands or stuff like that. So, okay. So it'll be just about, so I'm gonna watch you for 20 minutes and then we're gonna do the test. It's gonna be over here in this area. It's gonna be the same thing as the other one, except this one is, you don't have to touch it or anything like that. The officer will coach you through it.
Appreciate you being cordial.
So, like I said, the most important thing to me, regardless of what happened tonight, is nobody got hurt. I don't like doing CPR on people that are dead. I don't like going to car crashes that involve intoxicated people. And the worst thing is that when someone's intoxicated and they get in a car crash, the people that are hurt are the other ones that weren't drinking. So, and I've seen that firsthand, and I'm glad that that didn't happen tonight. And I'm really thankful.
Sometimes I wish that it would be that way, but
No.
I don't want to hurt anybody else.
And that's,
I wasn't trying to. I was just trying to make it from point A to point B, and I made some mistakes, and I get that.
So, and that's all. So, like I said, the most important thing, nobody got hurt tonight. Okay. So Wisconsin is the only state that your first offense, OWI, unless there's a kid in the car or you hurt somebody, is just basically a heavy ticket. That's it.
It's crazy. Well, it's crazy because people can get 5, 6 DWIs. People riding bikes and they're like, yeah, it's 70 DWIs. How?
So I've arrested a guy for an 8th offense.
How do I get back to my truck?
So you can't drive your truck for 12 hours. So what you could do is have somebody, have a friend that could pick you up, and another friend that could, or because you can't drive the truck 12 hours after. So if you could, so I still haven't looked at your court cases. Okay. So I got to look at that. If there's an open case and you violated a condition of your bond on that, because if you're out on bond right now, one of the conditions is not to possess or consume alcohol. If that's one of the conditions on the case, then they might hold you.
I have 2 cases. I have a divorce case, and I do have a criminal case.
So a divorce case wouldn't be anything that you'd be held on.
100% honesty. The criminal case, which you know there is one.
So I know there's a criminal case.
Based on the divorce case, but I will tell you now, the conditions are no contact with my wife and my 3 kids.
So I have to look, and so I have to go on the I have to go on their website, and I have to look at all the conditions and stuff, because there's also one that there's a condition that says something about that you have to keep a masturbation log.
What?
That's how weird and how old. So on some cases that are really old and weird, that's one of the conditions. It's the weirdest thing, but I have to look at all the conditions because a lot of things are updated now in the system, whereas that was a standard condition no matter what it was back in the day. It was the stupidest thing, right? But that was a condition.
But there's a reason for that.
So and that's why they had that. So
the only person I ever hurt is myself.
It's
case in point. I mean, yes, and you're absolutely right. I'm glad, I didn't hurt anybody else or make any other drastic, dire mistakes like that. But the mistakes I make never hurt anybody else. They always just hurt me. And I'm not worried about hurting anybody else. I think because not that I don't care. I don't really care if I hurt somebody, but I care about, I do so much for so many other people, and I care about others. I have a sense of empathy.
Yeah, that's good.
Where somehow,
be you.
I don't know if you believe in God, but I don't think God will let me hurt other people.
So, well, that's good. The only thing that it's a 12-hour hold unless you could get a friend to come, and then I have to look at your open case. Once I look at the open case, I will let you know. I'll be like, 100%. You could, send a text message to your buddy to be a responsible party, come pick you up. If not, then you got to go see a judge in the morning.
I was just so worried that because I had my open case, I'm like, okay, well, I got stopped by a police officer. Am I now going to jail because I was speeding, trying to get to work? And
trying to get their attention.
I mean, he gave me some grace and, let me go.
Yeah.
He gave me a ticket for having my tail light out, but much better than potential alternative.
Yeah. Here, we're gonna follow him.
I just recertified like a couple of days ago.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yep. No, you're good. Come on.
It was
Yep.
all online.
So, the reason why you're sitting over here is the machine. It samples the air quality. So if you're standing too close and it detects alcohol, it'll fail out the system. So this is what it's going to do is he's going to give you all the prompts on what you have to do. It's going to be 2 samples. Oh, and what it does, the machine takes the lower of the 2 samples.
I wear this thing on my neck. I have this keloid that came from burn. I don't.
You could,
self-conscious about it.
Is it open or? You could have
scabbed over.
You could have the medical staff take a look at that.
I've been to the hospital. I have to call a plastic surgeon.
To get it removed and.
He does a 12-hour?
Yeah, I gotta check. He's got an open case. He says he's got an open criminal case. So I gotta check and take a look and see the conditions of that. But yeah, I'm not gonna hold him on the fleeing.
And I appreciate that because I wasn't actually fleeing.
Well, you don't stop and you accelerate. That's an element of the fleeing and eluding, right?
Yes, but accelerating from a stop is an automatic acceleration, not necessarily gunning the engine.
Well, no. See, all it is you have to. So your speed has to increase. So that.
And
that's all it is.
Trivial thing. So
Your speed increased past over the speed limit, and that's when I said that we're in a pursuit. That's why you're taken out at gunpoint.
Fair enough.
All right. Come on over, man.
All right, next one.
Go home tonight. Ready?
So any increase in speed.
So does that count from the stoplight or from when you turn your lights on?
So from when I turn my lights on, okay.
So I should have immediately hit the brakes and pull over.
So you should pull over right away, okay. You continued on for about almost a half a mile, and with the lights and sirens, so there's no way you could not have heard me. Especially you don't have a back window, so that is blaring through your back window. I don't care if you're listening to the loudest music on the planet.
It's actually not as loud as you think. It's not like having an open window.
Our squad cars have 2 siren boxes. Most squad cars only have 1. Ours have 2. So it's like super loud. It's like stupid, like freight train almost loud.
I'll be honest with you, not really much louder. Like outside noise coming into the truck with that little window is not much louder than it would be with an actual window. But you're not wrong. I did hear you. Mm-hmm. And my rebuttal to that is I was trying to find a place to pull over, and I was looking at the GPS. Remember?
Yeah. Well, there's a Walgreens over there. There's a McDonald's. There's another driveway. There's another driveway. There's a whole bunch of places.
The whole thing.
Where you get that?
Fuck Google.
Douglas.
Fuck Google. I was
right north of 4 Mile.
I thought I was like I said.
Back pick and
the
save?
GPS.
What's that?
Back pick and save?
Yeah.
Walgreens?
Yeah.
The GPS is deceiving me because I thought I was closer to my friend's house than I actually was. There was a left turn that was coming up, and I thought that. You probably had about another half a mile to go to get to your friend's house in Candlelight. I was fucking.
So.
But I did turn on my turn signal, slow back down, and then pull over. So it wasn't like I sped away.
So interesting for you is if you would have made it to the next street, there was a cop car that was there with the spike strip that was going to spike your car.
No shit.
That last guy that showed up at the scene, he was waiting for you. You were going to go under a viaduct, and you were going to hit a spike strip under that viaduct because he was going to be waiting for you.
Way more expensive.
So then you would have 4 flat tires, new rims.
I just bought
I wouldn't even charge you the misdemeanor. That would be a felony, right?
Yeah.
There would be absolutely no doubt in my mind that that's a felony.
Well, you know what? There is a doubt.
So exactly. So if you would have gone an extra half a mile, you would have met that other officer that showed up after.
Well, I guess we just gotta stop making mistakes if that's humanly possible.
Mistakes are part of our life. It's how we move forward from those mistakes.
Life is ups and downs, right?
Exactly.
Spanking to learn from it.
All right. So.
Full disclosure, I'm saying here.
So I literally don't know. Remember, I told you I'm only holding you for 12 hours. on the OWI unless you could get somebody, but I still got to look at those. That's where I'm going to go is in my squad car. I'm going to look at all their paperwork. All right.
As long as I can go home tonight.
So here are the 3 citations that I explained to you before. All right, so this one here, so the subject test is a .161 and then a .145. Like I said, it drops, it takes you to the lowest one, which is a .14. Okay, it drops the half at the end and it gives you the lower number. So 0.14 is what your BAC is. So you're almost twice the legal limit. When you're on the street, you were twice the legal limit. So the good news about that is you don't have to get, it's not a mandatory requirement to get the breath ignition interlock device that you have to blow into your car. Anything over a 0.15, it's a mandatory have to, like there's no way that you could get your license with that. So this is your copy of that, okay? All right, and then we're gonna go back in this room over here, and then they'll walk you through the rest of the process here. I know you're not gonna run, but it's not, that's their policy. This is their house. All right, pull up your,
Oh my God.
I know.
Killing me here.
No.
Just please don't put it on super tight.
I'm not gonna put it on tight. God, this thing is old.
Yeah, metal does not feel good against bone.
Right?
Thank you.
There you go. All right. Oh. Could you have them pop the slider for me? I'll be back in a couple minutes. I gotta finish some paperwork.
Central, you're moving. Can you open up the sliding door for intake?
Time?
What's that? Like 3:30?
Push that button because I called her. They're ready.
Oh, she got it. Yep. All right. There's nothing I can do with that. The condition is to not to commit any crimes. So all you have to do is you got to see the judge in the morning.
Can I see a print out of it?
I can't print it. I can't print from the internet. I can only print the citations. What are the
conditions?
He's got some more questions for you. It's called notice of intent to suspend. Okay. So your driver's license is going to get suspended in about 40 days. If you want to contest that, all the paperwork is right here to contest it. It's called administrative review. It has to be done within the next 10 days. Okay. All right. Do you want to write down that phone number? What other questions you got for him?
Yeah. Any more questions?
Your age?
38?
38.
You've previously been incarcerated?
You were here, right? You were here, right? You've been here before?
No.
Now, where was your other case with your wife?
In Kenosha.
Kenosha County? Okay.
Yeah.
So on the bottom of your conditions, it says you can't commit any more crimes. Okay. So that's what I have to, and it's a felony, so you're being held on a felony bail jumping. So all you gotta do is see the judge in the morning. There's nothing I could do about it. I can't. There's nothing you could do about it. That's just how it is.
What can I do about it in the morning?
You're gonna see the judge, and the judge could say, okay, no, you just got an OWI. It's not like the end of the world, right?
I mean, it feels like the end of the world.
It's not. It's not. Okay. Do you have any other questions for me about this?
Yes, I do. Can you give me just a second to get the information out of this? But
yeah.
I need a couple phone numbers.
Yeah.
And then let me ask you.
Yeah. So let me go over this real quick. So I just want to see so you don't have any other questions about this paperwork, correct? Everything is all pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah,
it's all there, okay? So like I said, I saw the condition of the bond. So there's nothing I could do about that, okay?
I didn't know that was a bond condition. I thought it was just no contact.
So you can't commit any crimes, and it says right there, I can't print that out. I can only print off the tickets for you. So, all right. So before I ask you any questions, you got to understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before questioning and have a lawyer with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, a lawyer will be appointed for you without charge prior to questioning. If you decide to start answering questions at this time, you could stop any time during the questioning. Do you understand these rights that I've read to you? Okay. Are you willing to answer questions at this time? You don't have to answer any of the questions. It's totally up to you. This is just about, it's called the alcohol influence report. So it's not, there's no offense if you don't want to answer them. That's totally fine. That's your right.
I mean, I'm trying to be compliant.
No, like I said, it's not gonna. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. Like I said, either way, it doesn't matter to me. Okay, that's why I had to read you your rights. That's why I asked you all the questions, because before I wasn't asking you questions about what happened. Okay, so if you don't want to answer, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine.
Do I have the right to individually choose questions and not answer?
You could if you want, but
Well,
all right. So to err on the side of caution, you don't have to answer any questions. Okay, so don't answer, because that's one of those things where I don't want you to, I'm not compelling you. Yeah, I'm not compelling you to answer any questions. It is what it is, right?
I do.
All right, hurry up.
Yeah.
No,
what?
don't hit anything. All right, hey, hurry up.
Guess what?
Don't break my pen.
I have to go to court in less than 7 days. And dude,
So you're just gonna see a judge in the morning just for the.
I know, but I'm doing my best to keep this shit.
You're okay.
I'm trying to keep everything together.
The driver failed multiple sobriety tests and recorded a .162 break-e, over twice the legal limit of .08. The driver was arrested for OWI, issued multiple citations, and taken to Racine County Jail on a 12-hour hold. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe.